Welcome back for another video. Today I'm just going to review some more Chico crypto fallacies because he's really great at that. And in his video yesterday, he had plenty of them for us. So he's telling all of his 150,000 subscribers to avoid these altcoins. Once again, misleading them, to avoid XRP, Tezos, and EOS specifically in this video. So first off, let's take a look.
So, who are the ghost chains in crypto? Who are the Bodie Californias, the Jerome Arizonas of the blockchain world? And are there any in the top 10 cryptocurrencies? Well, there are ghost chains in the top 10, and actually a slight majority of them are ghosted, having minimal development, barely any users, and just a few transactions every minute, or fake transactions. And Evan Van Ness, he actually tweeted about this and gave me the idea for this video. Thanks, bro. He said, May.
Alright, first and foremost, if you want to check out this tweet and the academic article he's about to cover, you can go ahead and search for at Evan_Van_Ness, or search for maybe 3 ghost chains with billions in market cap on Twitter, and you should be able to find it. So let's resume.
3 ghost chains with billions in market cap, but 0 use. EOS, XTZ, and XRP. XRP is the one in the top 10, actually number 4 in ranking. He says regarding XRP, academic paper finds 98% of XRP transactions have 0 value. We'll edit that.
Alright, let's pause it there. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the actual paper. He's going to skip over all the main points and only tell you what he wants you to see. So about 0 value transactions on XRPL, it says, normally IOU tokens issued by feature XRPL gateways are deemed valuable. In contrast, tokens issued by random accounts are most likely to be deemed worthless. All right, so very broad definition of what is actually a worthless, valueless transaction on XRPL. Getting back.
As I looked at the paper, and yes, it's an academic one, but from the paper's abstract, it says, our analysis reveals that only a small fraction of the transactions are used for value transfer purposes. In particular, over 94% of transactions on the XPRL carried no economic value. So 94%, not 98, but this is still a freaking large percentage of those transactions. And as we can see from section 3.3, the data is recent. They collected data on the 3 blockchains analyzed from October 1st, 2019 to April 30th, 2020. So why would people be sending 0, not a nothing, zilch value transactions to a blockchain? Well, fake transaction volume so you don't look like a ghost chain. From the
Okay, so he also just claimed that the reason people are sending 0 value transactions on XRPL is just to make it look like the ledger is being used. All right, there could be millions of reasons why people are sending these IOU valueless transactions on XRPL, and one of those could be testing the network, for instance. But all right, let's move on.
Paper summary on XRP. They said this: the throughput on XRPL during our observation period appeared to be fraught with 0 value transactions. We learned that both transaction volume and token value on XRPL are highly manipulable. So looking at CoinMetrics.
Alright, he also forgets to mention that the report does cover how during that period of time the XRPL was being spammed. Alright, and it goes into great detail in the report about how the network was being spammed during that period of time, and basically how whoever decided to quote-unquote attack the network didn't accomplish anything except pay transaction fees. All right, moving on.
Since the beginning of this year to today, XRP has been averaging about 900k transactions per day. And then adding the most transacted on blockchain to the graph, we can see that XRP was more active than Ethereum throughout most of the year. No, you were not. Majority of those are ghost transactions. Now look.
Alright, so next he wants to take it and compare it next to Ethereum, which I've already showed you. Okay, so if you're flexing that Ethereum's using only, now that's a strong word there, only 1 million transactions per day, think about that on a large scale, right? A mass adoption scale. If you're only processing 1 million transactions per day, yet your network is operating at 97% capacity. Do you really expect to accomplish anything more than where you're at right now, basically? All right, so really banking on some kind of proof of stake, whereas Vitalik has said himself that no layer 1 solutions are coming out for the next 2 or 3 years. All right, and this Ethereum 2.0 quote unquote is only going to allow for proof of stake at this point. It's not going to really improve this network congestion at all. So, all right, moving on.
Let's add a couple other blockchains to the graph. In the top 20 who do something similar, EOS and TRX, because they too claim to be more active than Ethereum. Today, Tron, based on transaction count, claims to be 2.5 times more active, 2.5 million transactions per day. And EOS, nearly 6 times. The blockchain claims nearly 5.9 million, while Ethereum is just above 1 million. Fake, and let me say one more time, fake transactions.
Now, I won't disagree with them there about EOS and Tron looking like their transaction volume is highly inflated. First and foremost, because I'm not really informed about that area, so I'm not going to dive into it right now in this video. But I don't know. You guys do what you want with those, but I don't really believe the Tron volume in EOS. But moving on.
Example, how about this one time, September 18th, when Tron-based JustSwap claimed to have nearly 6 billion in 24-hour volume. This brand new, just launched Uniswap competitor with 12 times the volume. As we can see that day, Uniswap had just over 500 million. And it got worse. JustSwap volume peaked at 15 billion one day. Yeah, right, because look at the graph. It dropped off of a cliff. And as we can see,
all right, I'm not going to get hung up too much on there, but yeah, ultimately, I don't believe that these just swaps and so on are doing billions of level in volume on Tron. I don't believe that, so I will agree with him there. I just think he's always misleading people about the XRPL, and also, moving forward, I'm just going to briefly summarize. So he talks about Tezos and EOS, similar things, and as far as Ripple. I really don't think that this is happening right now as well, by the way. Like I said, today and tomorrow, Ripple Swell is going on, and they have speakers from the World Bank, World Economic Forum, European Commission, Accenture, University of California, Berkeley, the European Central Bank, University of Georgetown, the Federal Reserve. I'm sure you get it, like I said. So I highly doubt that all these people here have just been fooled into thinking that XRP is just something of value when it's not, right? So you got to remember that this is an entirely new space. So expecting any of these blockchains to have massive transaction volume right now is unrealistic, all right? We're not at that adoption level yet. They're working on it. Right now, they're building the infrastructure. Right now, they're trying to get all these institutions on board, and I'm sure they've been testing the XRPL behind the scenes. So, all right. Also, I'm not going to take any more clips out of the video. Just a couple things to note about Tezos. Not Ethereum, but Tezos is selected for a digital euro experiment by France. This was just last month. A technology startup of the FinTech Investment Bank has selected the Tezos blockchain for its experiment on a CBDC. The company was commissioned by the French Central Bank to develop a digital euro. The experiment aims to study the feasibility of digital processing and delivery of financial securities using the CBDC. All right. Also, just 4 days ago, Microsoft and Tezos looking for 100 enterprise-ready blockchain solutions in India. Management company Loomis Labs, in collaboration with Microsoft India and Tezos India, has announced the Sentry program, an enterprise blockchain startup program to evangelize, curate, and unearth 100 enterprise-ready blockchain solutions. They're going to target areas like media and entertainment, oil and gas, manufacturing, trade finance, healthcare, telecommunications, and the public sector. Tezos' involvement with will be in assisting solution providers to build their projects on the Tezos blockchain, while Microsoft will accelerate the journey through mentorship, streamline go-to-market activities, and access to its technology resources. And another one. Just last year, this took place during the time of spam. Tezos partners with Singapore government blockchain platform for training program. Tezos has partnered with Singapore government-backed blockchain platform Tribe to jointly launch a training program for developers on the Tezos blockchain. All right. And last but not least, in reference to EOS, just last week, this article came out about Google Cloud betting on the EOS blockchain, venturing further into crypto. All right, Google Cloud recently became a network block producer by joining the EOS blockchain community. Block producers on EOS are elected by token holders to add transactions to blocks, add blocks to the blockchain, and implement software changes. All right. So, just a few brief summaries there. EOS, Google Cloud trying to be a validator on EOS. I doubt that's just because they've been fooled and, they're all part of the scam. I think that Google is just trying to get their hand in all these different blockchains, right? So, same with Tezos. They're probably involved there somewhere as well. So, Tezos is clearly working with some governments in Singapore and France. They're being tested, they're partnering with Microsoft to build out some enterprise-ready solutions. So just trying to assume that these blockchains aren't used because you can't find on-chain transaction volume right now is ridiculous. Ethereum's been out since 2015, and that's why it has the leg up on developers. If Tezos came out in 2015 and Ethereum launched its mainnet just this year or last year, it would be the opposite, no doubt in my mind. So Ethereum has first mover advantage, but I will always continue to remind people that, we're flexing about this 1.1 million transactions per day, but simultaneously operating at 97% network utilization. So wake up there. A lot of work to be done on Ethereum before we can just go ahead and write off XRP and EOS and Tezos. And think that we're fooling all these people at the World Bank and World Economic Forum and European Central Bank and the Federal Reserve. Yeah, these guys are all just fooled. XRP, this must be great. Well, I can see you guys are spamming your network with all these transactions. Amazing. No. So stop listening to guys that are going to take you the wrong direction. All right. Make sure to do your own research always. And don't write off a project because some guy with a massive beard and long hair on YouTube told you not to. Okay, so, all right, that's about all I got for you, just besides one last thing. So he also said that nobody was developing on these projects anymore. But if you come over here to CoinCodeCap, as I've showed you before, obviously you have Ethereum at number 1. Then you got EOS. There's Stellar, Ripple right at number 12. So top 15 for. I like to look here too for reference with my portfolio. Basically I hold 5 of the top 16 projects by overall rank. And if you think that nobody's developing on your project, just come over here and see for yourself. So, and the overall rank is justified by multiple data points such as number of commits, forks, stars, watchers, all on GitHub. Okay, so developers are working on these projects, and trying to claim that they're not being used is just ridiculous. So if you want to check this out in more detail, go ahead. You can always see where your projects sit in rank, and that about covers it. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
What is a cashless society? What does it actually mean in a literal or high-level sense?
Money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these.
Then Tracy is in Beijing to show us what a nearly cashless society actually looks like. Ben, good morning.
Mobile payment transactions in China reached a cumulative total of 277.4 trillion RMB in 2018, ranking number 1 in the world, according to the recently released statistical report on internet development in China. As of June 2019, online payment users in the country reached 633 million. The cashless society is now approaching.
When's the last time you paid with cash? Well, chances are cash has taken a backseat to the plastic in your wallet and smartphone pay apps.
Denver 7's Ryan Luby explains the digital pay revolution and why not everyone is on board.
The cashless society, the cashless society.
The Cashless Society.
The cashless society is now approaching.
The Cashless Society.